So good morning, everyone. We will take another couple of minutes before we get started. Please put names in the chat for anyone that you're thinking of for healing blessings. Hmm. We have lots and lots of names in the chat today that we really want to send our healing energy to. So I am going to ask everyone to mute themselves, and we will whoops. I don't know why this is hard for me. Share screen. I can do this. Is the Mishaberach up and you can see it?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I want you to feel comfortable to say your own personal prayer. Use this Mishaberach as your guide. Sing it if you like. We'll take a moment to really send our healing energy to all those people we've named in the chat and all those people that we're holding in our hearts that we haven't named. And I want to invite you to begin to really settle and sit comfortably. Allow yourself to be supported where you're sitting. And maybe take a few breaths to really get back into your body. Move from the doing mode into the being mode. And so we'll just breathe together for a moment. Really carving out this sacred space for ourselves. So today we will be talking about Leviticus, Vayikra in Hebrew. This is the first parsha in that book, which has the same name, Vayikra. And that means, and God called. So God called to Moses, giving him all kinds of instructions. And according to the Women's Torah Commentary, this entire book, the book of Leviticus, aims to shape the Israelites into a holy people and to safeguard the purity of what it considers to be essential for contact with the holy. So the book of Leviticus really is reflecting the perception that the world God created is fundamentally harmonious, good, and orderly. And in Leviticus, we learn what needs to be done in order to maintain that harmonious balance. So the book really is containing a lot of rules for daily life. The parsha that starts the book, again, Vayikra, lays out specifics of several types of animal sacrifices and the rituals connected to those particular animal sacrifices. So you may suspect that animal sacrifice is not something that I get really involved with. So a few things came to mind as I was reading this parsha. There are a lot of different sacrifices, and they all have their particular rituals, as I mentioned. And the real purpose of these sacrifices is for the people to feel close to God. They need to feel God's presence. So one of the ways they do this is by creating these sacrifices and following the various rituals. But this notion of being close to the divine captures my attention. There's also this whole notion, if we look at sacrifice in a broader sense, not as animal sacrifice, but what are the personal sacrifices that we make? Not just maybe in order to feel closer to the divine, but how about personal sacrifices that we make in order to enhance personal relationships, or for our own personal growth, or sacrifices that we may make in order to save the planet from environmental degradation, or for other causes that you or I might be personally committed to. So I really got to thinking about this, and I decided that that I would spend a moment encouraging some very gentle curiosity about these things. So I have some questions that I'm asking you to just file away in the back of your mind. Do you have any personal practice or practices that provides you with a sense of closeness to the divine? And what are the sacrifices that you make in your personal life to maintain or enhance the values that you hold dear? I really think that these are important questions. And I think that they're important questions for us to spend some time with for ourselves. So now turning back to Vayikra. Long ago, we as a people gave up the literal animal sacrifices and substituted prayer as a way to communicate with God. We did this out of necessity. We adapted to the circumstances. Sacrifices happened at the temple. The temple was destroyed. We were dispersed. And the rabbis came up with this substitute. So, prayer and meditation are linked. They are not the same thing, but they certainly are very closely related. I think of prayer as speaking to the divine, maybe offering thanks or appreciation or asking for something like, don't let it rain when I'm planning an outdoor party, anything. And I think of meditation as listening for the divine's message to us, listening to that still small voice inside. So today, as we sit together, I'm going to invite you to bring a small dilemma or question to mind, and then focus on your breath. And as you allow yourself to sit in meditation, to really be receptive. And maybe you will discern some kind of guidance. So let's check our posture. We really want to be in that regal sitting posture. Really well balanced on our sits bones and having our head reaching up to the heavens, our shoulders sliding down. So our neck is elongated, our spine is elongated, broad across the chest, really open-hearted. Our feet and our bottom is really pulling down toward the earth. Supported. And we breathe. We breathe in fully and exhale completely and slowly. And I encourage that exhale to be a sigh. Have some sound with it. So inhaling all the way down into your belly and exhaling completely. And at least once more at your own pace. And so as we are sitting, I invite you to bring to mind a question or a dilemma that you're facing. Allow yourself to feel whatever sensations you feel in your body. Maybe these sensations are related to a sense of curiosity or of uncertainty, maybe hopefulness, maybe fear. Just allow whatever is coming up to be there, to be present. Allow the sensations in your body to rest without judgment. And maybe you're feeling this in different parts of your body or your mind. And just pay attention to where things are landing. and what's going on in your body as you bring your question or dilemma to the forefront. And I encourage you to create a specific intention for this period of meditation. Perhaps something like, may the best outcome for this situation be revealed. Or may I come to a sense of clarity about this situation. So see if you can set an intention and then let it go. And simply sit. Continuing to bring your attention primarily to your breath and your body, sensations in your body, noting them with gentle curiosity. Noticing if something is possibly being revealed. As your mind wanders, I encourage you to return to focusing on your breath and your body, and to appreciate that you noticed that your very active mind had wandered. An answer to your question or dilemma may or may not be revealed to you as you sit. It is really possible that an answer comes to you later, or not at all. I really want to encourage you, though, to simply allow whatever is percolating to percolate without forcing. In my experience, when I can sit back and simply allow things to unfold, the clarity comes so much sooner than when I am really working at it, and striving and forcing and grasping. So can you just relax into the allowing? Maybe the being with uncertainty. So I suggest you now begin to deepen your breath. Slowly and very gently begin to bring your attention outward. You may want to move around a little bit, wiggling fingers and toes. And as you begin to come back to the room, going to share a short Mary Oliver poem, Praying. It doesn't have to be a blue iris. It could be weeds in a vacant lot or a few small stones. Just pay attention. Then patch a few words together and don't try to make them elaborate. This isn't a contest, but the doorway into thanks and a silence in which another voice may speak. The doorway into thanks and a silence in which another voice may speak. Love that line. So I want to share that Leviticus is a book of the Torah that we're going to pretty much skip. So we did Vayikra today. Next week, the focus of meditation is going to be on preparing for Pesach, because Pesach starts a week from tomorrow, in case you weren't aware. And then we're going to have 7 weeks of counting the Omer, where we will go through the Sifrot that are associated to each week. So I wanted to say that. And I also want to thank everybody for the lovely card I received this morning. Very cute and adorable. And probably most of you haven't seen it, but it's very cute and adorable. So thank you. And we're ready for conversation, comments, questions, anything that's anyone wants to share. Gail.
Well, I was unfortunately still thinking about the first question you asked about sacrifice.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn the recording off.